Hi everybody, I'm back for the full moon reading for August the 22nd, which is today. So I'm getting it up a little bit late, quite a lot late really. I usually do it a few days ahead of time. The full moon is in Aquarius. So this moon is actually asking us to embrace good fortune and luck and prosperity, passion. Yeah, so that's the full moon that we're working with for August 22nd, 2021. So I'm late doing this, and it's going to take at least 4 hours, I think, to go up. But, you know, it is what it is. My life has been a little bit hectic and busy. I've had a lot going on. I almost didn't do the reading at all. But then I thought, well, if you're going to do it for yourself, which I am, might as well do it. It only takes a few minutes to set up everything up to do it. So just a couple more minutes out of my time. All right. So, yeah, 5-year chaos, change. Full moon in Aquarius, ending of a cycle, asking us to embrace luck and good fortune, passion, good things, right? On the 22nd, which is a highly spiritual day. So let's take a look. Let's see what, I'm just going to ask a really basic question, which is just show us the energy that we're working with and what the most positive way is for us to utilize the energies at play right now. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. Pretty basic. All right. Let's see. Interesting. It's pretty interesting. Oh. I've got things set up different. I've been working with the camera angle, trying to make things so that you folks can see my cards. So first lineup's pretty interesting. We have 2 higher arcana cards. First card up is the moon. The moon usually represents, well, the moon does represent a couple of things, okay? It represents the unknown. If you'll notice, you'll look at the dogs, they're looking up at the moon and they're barking. They're making such a ruckus that the little lobster even comes up out of his very comfortable dwelling, because they live in the water, to see what the deal is, because there's something very unknown happening. The dogs don't understand what the moon is, and the moon's looking down at the dogs. The lobster's crawling up out of that very comfortable feeling the water, right, to see what's going on. And it also represents things passing, things gone, passed over, deceased, right? So that's our first card up. It's a higher arcana, and that means big picture, all right? So as we come into this full moon in Aquarius, the advice, the message that we are receiving is that something has crossed over and we're looking at the unknown. And a brand new journey has begun. It's going to be a big shift. Big shift. So we're living in this 5-year, this very chaotic year of change. And things are really heating up, aren't they? They are. They're not feeling very good to a lot of us. They're not feeling very good to me, I'll be honest. Anytime I see people's freedoms at stake, that makes me rise. Anytime I see others wanting to oppress people and take their freedoms, that makes me rise. So there's a big shift going on. There's a lot of feeling going on right now. A lot of passion. There's some righteous anger. There's still a lot of fear. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of propaganda. There's a lot of bullshit. So we're about to see a big shift. About to see a big shift. We're in the midst of quite a shift right now, right? I mean, really. If we look at what's going on, if we're aware, if we're even aware, and truly looking into what's going on in our country and the world right now, I'd say it's shifting. I'd say there's some big-ass shifts going on. So again, the Tower is it's a higher arcana card. When we're looking at higher arcana cards, this is big picture stuff, right? Big picture. And then we have the smaller arcana in the middle saying we're beginning something brand new. So let's see what else we get for this, all right? Okay. So the first card up that we got were the Cups. And if you look, this is a sad, kind of woeful card, right? You'll see all the spilled cups. Cups represent emotions. Right now, the world is not feeling so good in a lot of regard, in a lot of areas. So there's a lot of sadness, desperation, feelings of all is lost. We have another higher arcana card. So we have 6 cards down and we have 3 higher arcana cards. That's kind of a big deal, okay? The next card up is the Devil card. I know it looks scary, but let's think of this like in terms of our world, all right? When you look at the Devil, you'll see his 2 little minions in front of him and they're bound by chains. Enslavement, right? So we're feeling sad. Many of us are feeling enslaved. That's what we're feeling. This comes directly after a feeling card, okay? And it's huge because it's a higher arcana. So this is a lot of the energy that's out there right now. The feeling of sadness, feeling sorrowful, overwhelmed, depressed, lost, not knowing what to do, and enslaved. Next, we have the Knight of Wands. Wands, they're driven by fire. They're a journey, and the Knight of Wands is a very positive card. It's a gallant card. It's a gallant fight. It's a gallant fight. You fight with courage. That fire underneath you, you know. So we're being shown that we need to fight. We need to fight. Not in a dangerous way, not in a violent way, because violence and those sorts of things never create positive change. And we've been asked repeatedly since I started doing this to be the positive change we want to see, to create positive movement for positive change, not to, you know, go off half-cocked and act ridiculous and do things that aren't lawful, but to do things in a positive manner. So yeah, rise up, take some courage, you know, get out there, find out what it is that you can do. We were told a couple of weeks back, two readings in a row, to get in touch with our communities, pull our communities together, create stronger communities, remember, and to do something helpful, to be helpful and be kind. So there's a lot of things that we can do right now to help people. There's a lot of things. And there's a lot of things that we can do lawfully that can help create change. Okay? So now let's go and look a little bit further. All right, so, all right, first card up. So we ended with we need to fight, right? We need to stand, we need to rise. And when I use the word fight, I'm not using it in a way that is to incite violence. It's in a way to incite courage, passion, movement. Get up off the couch, quit the bitching, find something positive to do in a time where people are being enslaved. Okay? If we don't, then we're part of the problem. And if we condone it, believe me, the enslavement will come for you too. So that's kind of where we're at right now, right? All right, so yeah, again, above the feeling card, above the feeling sad and desolate, we have this card here. So we know that the feelings are very desperate, right? We're feeling sad. We're feeling oppressed. I mean, if you look at this card, this is a card of oppression, okay? There's a lot of abundance in that neighborhood, but none for these people, okay? A card of oppression. But the next card up was our pentacle section. So as some feel oppressed, some have more than others. So, you know, and that's kind of what's going on right now. We have a very divided world, don't we? We have a lot of people that want a particular thing and think all of us should want it and are angry that we don't and are willing to take our freedoms from us because they think they have a right to choose for us. So, and, you know, the powers that be are being tyrannical. So we're seeing that it's not evenly split. Like we don't have many people's thoughts, feelings, opinions about themselves and their own lives aren't being heard. It's not an even playing field right now, right? But another higher arcana saying that we've got to move forward. All right, so I've just laid down 9 cards, and we have 4 of those higher arcanas. So the Chariot is, in this layout, the way that it came about, it's asking us to move forward, and we just talked about that, didn't we? We've been asked in the past to be that positive change, to create that movement and that forward motion in positive ways, with love, with compassion, with courage. Last moon, we were asked to stand. We were asked to rise. So there we have it, all right? They're telling us to move forward, that something has passed, something new is beginning. There's a crumbling foundation. There's a lot of feelings right now, feelings of oppression, feelings of desperation, sadness, overwhelm. We're looking at these chains that are binding us, the enslavement that's on top of us. We're looking at the fact that things aren't being evened out for people. Like, if you're on board with the oppression, then woohoo, right? And if you're not on board with the oppression, then it feels as though, it feels very, it feels like a dire situation. It feels that way. Remember, it's just a feeling. It doesn't mean that it is, okay? We got to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and project good things and envision the world that we want to see while creating positive change, right? Because just because something feels that way right now in the moment doesn't mean that it is, all right? So yeah, we're being told, you know, get in it, stand up, do what we can to create the positivity. Move forward with that. Really move forward. This is a big card, another higher arcana, right? So the universe is saying movement, move forward. Like, get off the couch. It's time to quit bitching and it's time to take action. Get off the couch and see what you can do to help. Okay? All right. So I'm curious. I just want a little bit more information on the second card up, which was the beginning of a new journey, because we're shown how we feel. We're shown what's going on around us, but let's look at this new journey a little bit, because I believe in the power of positivity. And through this entire year and a half, my guides have been saying, yeah, we're going to go through some shit, but positive outcomes will happen. They've also been encouraging us to be part of that positive outcome, right? So let's take a peek and see what's going on with the beginning, this brand new thing, okay? Okay, so right now there's some holdups in the beginning of our journey. Holdups. And a lot of people are feeling as though they're bound, and they're not. You've got your John Hancock. Get out there and put it on some petitions and some affidavits. There's a lot of stuff that we can be doing to help people. All right, so we have the Queen of Swords. We've got a lot of swords coming up on top of the sword, right? So there's information that's being held up, all right? Swords are represented by air. Their information, their technology, their creativity, okay? They're the mind, the thoughts, the ego. So we've started something brand new. It's a lot of information being tied up. Things are being held back, put on hold, even though something is happening, all right? There's still a lot that's under this behind the scenes that we don't know. It's being held back. It's being held from us. All right, so then we have the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords can sometimes be nefarious, and it depends on where she comes up. When she's not being nefarious, she's asking us to use our discernment. If you've made it to Queen, if you've made it to the Queen, then you should be able to use your intuition. You should be able to discern. You should have common sense. You should be in touch with your intuition. And that's what she's asking us to do. Have our common sense, use our logic, be very discerning, and seek out what it is that we need to know. Seek, be the seeker. Into it, okay? So let's see what else is going on. The Hierophant. All right. So the Hierophant is like the powers that be. The Hierophant isn't really a card that I'm all that fond of, because the Hierophant it's a higher arcana, but it represents the powers that be, not our own power. It represents people looking to somebody else as some guru or some master or someone that knows more than them. And the fact is, we all know our own truth. We have to get in touch with it, separate ourselves from what our friends and family and the news or, you know, Ellen DeGeneres or Oprah Winfrey or any other celebrity say, and really get in touch with ourselves and where our inner truth is. So when you're looking at the Hierophant, you're looking at people looking to a higher power. They're not a higher power like our God, but a higher power like somebody. And that's not self-empowering. That's looking to somebody else to fix your problems. That's looking to somebody else to tell you what's right. That's just not self-empowering. So we have to step away from looking to someone to save us, or, you know, some great person that we think is, you know, going to ride in on their white horse and rescue us. We have to make the movement. Get in the cause. Create the change. Create the change. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that, you know, this is not a time to look to others to fix a problem. This is a time to get in the game. So if someone you love, or even if it's someone you don't love, if you care anything about your own freedoms, truly, then you should have the capacity to have compassion for others' freedoms as well. I mean, we're going through quite a time. We're going through quite a time right now. And, you know, I've said right along, this is the most healing age, the age of Aquarius. It's the most healing sign in the zodiac. But how do we heal things? We have to see that they're broken. And how do we heal things? We have to heal them. We can't just sit around on our haunches and wait for that to happen because someone else will take care of it. That's how we've gotten into this mess. That's how we've gotten into this mess. So, again, you know, I feel like we're all going through a dark night of the soul, a very dark night of the soul, the world over. The world over. But my guides have been promising that it will bring positive change. If we create positive change, we'll see the blessings, right? So I'm going to leave that at that, and I'm going to pull us a positive affirmation because I think we need it. I wasn't expecting the reading to be that heavy, but, you know, it's heavy times that we're living in. So there you have it. Yeah, there you have it. It's heavy times that we're living in. So let's do some positive affirmations. I see that this has taken like 21 minutes already. I do this on my phone. I don't have fancy equipment. And yeah, I mean, if I go past 30 minutes, it splits the recording, and then it doesn't want to go up, and there's all sorts of things because, you know, clearly I'm not a professional. I'm just doing this because it just started with me doing it just because I felt intuitively pulled to. So let's get our positive affirmation. Ready, set, go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. What is it that you desire? What do you feel passionate about? What moves you? What drives you? Ready, set, go. That's an action card. That means take action. Take action. Okay, so think about that. Make a decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive? Listen to your intuition and make a decision. Make a decision and get ready, set, go. All right, let's see what our third card is. Tranquility. Make time to relax, be still, and enjoy your solitude, indulging in much needed self-care. And where is it that we're able to find our best decisions? In that quiet, that time of quiet tranquility where we can be still, go within, feel, and move. Move from there, decide, feel it, find our truth. Find our truth, be still. Be still, make a decision. After you've found your truth, make a decision. And then it's go time. It's go time. And if we're working with the moon's energy being lucky, then yeah, let's use that lucky time to make those decisions and to move forward knowing that we've got luck behind us. And remember, guys, it's always darkest just before the dawn. I don't know how dark it's going to get. None of us do. But it's always darkest just before the dawn. All right. Until next time, I'll see you. Have a blessed day. Enjoy the full moon energy. And take care.